What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content you watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the June 5th, 2023 edition of Raw Talk. Matt Camp in the studio alongside Megan Moran for this week. Still no Jackie Redmond. They open up the episode recapping the main event that saw Seth Rollins successfully defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest. Matt Camp calls Seth Rollins a fighting champion. They also recap the Gunther-Kevin Owens match, which was also excellent. We hear from Imperium backstage, I believe with Byron. I don't think Kathy Kelly was on this show. Giovanni Vinci was on crutches after Riddle attacked him backstage on the show. I did not think the attack was that serious to warrant Vinci on crutches, but here we are. Ludwig Kaiser says that it was a good night for Imperium and that Riddle attacked Vinci from behind for absolutely no reason. And Gunther says that if Riddle, he confronted him like a man last week with the handshake backstage on Raw. And then Riddle retaliates by attacking Imperium from behind in his own words here. He says that if these actions from Riddle continue, there will be consequences. Camp calls it a massive victory for Gunther over Kevin Owens on Raw. They also replay the Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura match, which was also quite good. A lot of great wrestling on Raw last night. I was at the show last night in Hartford, had a great time. Really good show, even being there in person. And not just because I was there in person, it was a genuinely good show. And that was a quality match as well. We hear from Bronson Reed, who says that week after week he continues to make statements. And he questions why he's not in Money in the Bank when Ricochet and Nakamura are. I mean, it's because they fucking lost. Ricochet is because he won his match last week, and Bronson Reed did not, hence why Bronson Reed is not in it. Maybe he'll win a last chance qualifier. I don't think so. Otherwise, why not have him qualify anyway? I guess because they want Nakamura in there, but hopefully he ends up in there anyway. And then he said he made another statement on Raw by attacking both of the fan favorites during their matchup. In the studio, they recap the Zoe Stark win over Natalya, putting her in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match for this year, along with Becky Lynch beating Sonya Deville for the same reason. Megan Moran says that there are no former Money in the Bank winners in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match as of right now. Same thing with the men, right? The men's has LA Knight, Shinsuke, and Ricochet. And the women's has Becky, Zoe, and who was the other person? Did anyone qualify from SmackDown? It was not Io, not Shotzi, Zelina Vega from SmackDown last week. So actually in either matchup, there are no former Money in the Bank winners. A former women's champion, singles women's champion in Becky Lynch, but that's about it. She kind of brings the star power to the matchup. Cam says there's a lot of different motivations amongst the women in this year's matchup. He looks forward to it, as do I. They replay the Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler tag team win over the debuting Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. A really good match, actually, especially the finish. They actually had a pretty good match prior to the Ronda Rousey and Shayna win. Katana Chance, the former Casey Catanzaro, says that there was no shame in coming close, no shame in their loss because they came so close to beating the champions. And Kaden Carter says, listen, I'm just proud to have debuted on Raw. I used to camp out to go to Raw at the Amway Center in Orlando, and now here I am debuting on Raw. I got nothing to be ashamed of as well, so I thought that was pretty cool. Good for them making their debut on Raw. Matt Camp also praises them backstage, or back in the studio. They replay the Miz TV segment with Cody Rhodes and Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley and The Miz. Dominic slapping Cody before walking off. And Cam says that Cody might have a Dominic problem, and it sounds like they might have to settle it in a singles match and Money in the Bank in a couple of weeks. I would rather they just get the Cody and Brock stuff over with, but it sounds like Brock is gone for right now, that he won't be back until at least Money in the Bank, if not after. So it looks like we might get Cody, because I thought we might get Cody and Dominic one-on-one on Raw this week, but it sounds like they're saving it for the pay-per-view instead, which is also fine. They plug Zelina Vega, LA Knight, and Tiffany Stratton, the new NXT Women's Champion, for the bump coming up on Wednesday. Decent stuff here on Raw Talk. Megan, I thought, did a decent job. I don't know when Jackie's coming back. She's been gone for weeks now on both this show and SmackDown Lowdown. They haven't said when she's coming back. I assume she is coming back because it's been a cycle of like a revolving door of co-hosts here between Scott Stanford. They've had Mackenzie Mitchell. Byron Saxon was on the show the other day. And now Megan Morant. They've all done a decent job, but getting Jackie back in the swing of things with Matt will be a return to the norm. But thank you guys for checking out my review of Raw Talk for this week. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Have an awesome one. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.